Welcome to Wildcat Football Weekly, presented by Vantage West Credit Union, offering more banking choices, lower fees, and more personalized service. Visit VantageWest.org to learn why Arizona Wildcat fans deserve more.
Welcome to Wildcat Weekly, brought to you by Vantage West Credit Union. It's our weekly look at Wildcat football. We welcome head coach Rick Rodriguez, better known as Agent 0012, by the way, as we get set for the 2015 season opener against UT San Antonio. Coach, you've saved the world over the summer, and now it's time to get ready for a football season. It's your fourth year. Anything different now, 4 years in, than the previous three?
I think so. It feels camp always feels the same, and I'm always nervous about the first game because we don't have any preseason games and nothing to really judge yourself against because you're practicing against each other. But I guess the atmosphere, whatever you want to call it, that we have in a program, I think is taking place. I find myself on a coaching staff not having to explain how we practice and how we approach things as much. It's really just teaching them each and every year what we do, and then having them try to raise their standards every year. And I think that's where we're at. I think we've taken steps every year, but there's another step that we got to take to get to the top of college football.
One of the headlines that has followed this team is the fact for the first time now, going into your fourth year, you will have a returning quarterback at that position in Anu Solomon. How much of a difference maker can that be?
I think it helps a little bit, but it's like having returning stars at any position. If they would just return what they were a year ago, then they're going to be the same player, and we won't have better results all the time. I think it's what's important with Anu and the rest of the guys that are returning starters, that they're better than they were a year ago, and I think Anu will be. He's gotten bigger and faster, stronger. I think he has a better understanding of our offense. He has some good players around him, but it's important that we do get better at every position with guys that are returning like Anu.
All right, so you have depth at wide receiver, returning guys there, returning players at running back, some new faces on the offensive line. How quickly does that unit come together?
Well, hopefully, with not only through what happened in fall camp, but in spring, we found some guys that can do that. We've moved guys around. We've moved Cayman Buttons to center, and that's been a good move so far. We're still probably not as deep, right? Not only there, but because of some injuries at wide receiver and some other spots on defense. So, I still have concerns that we're not as deep as I want to be. But at the same time, we've got young players with some talent, and I think if they can grow up quickly, learn quickly, then we'll be able to play more players than we did last year.
Over on defense, can Scooby Wright repeat what he did as a sophomore?
Oh, absolutely. I think he can have a better year. From a stand, he may not have the same stats because last year he had some phenomenal stats, and I think that helped him get a lot of recognition. But I think he's bigger, he's stronger, and the nice part about Scooby is whatever happened, accolades and all the attention he's got, he's still wired to prove himself every day. And as long as he keeps that attitude, he'll be a great player, and I think he will.
So you've got 3 non-conference games before Pac-12 play starts, but there's a lot of talk about the Pac-12 South. Your team is the defending champion there. Is this division tougher than you've seen it in your previous 3 years?
I think the league as a whole, I think the Pac-12 is in the best spot it's ever been as far as the talent and the strength of the conference with all the teams involved in it. And I think part of it has been, I've said it many times, Brian, is the commitment to football that's there now that's never been there, and the influx of money that's going back and regenerated into each program. So in the Pac-12 South, we're in, if not the toughest division in college football, one of the top 2 anyway. And with our schedule, the way we played 9 straight league games, no open dates at all this year, we've got to play well early, stay healthy, and to continue to push and fight for every play all the way until the last minute. I think we're going to be in a bunch of close games. We were last year, and I think we will be again this year.
Look forward to the Wildcats opener against UT San Antonio Thursday night, 7 at Arizona Stadium, and more of Wildcat Weekly right after this.
At Vantage West, we know life moves fast. The morning grind, the power lunch, the dinner rush. We know banking is not about where we are, but where you need us to be. On the go, online, and in person. We know you want more from your bank. Someone you can trust. Someone offering more opportunity, more security, and more personal service. We are Vantage West, and you deserve more.
Welcome back to Wildcat Football Weekly. Online, on the go, or in person, Vantage West offers more banking choices, lower fees, and more personalized service. Visit VantageWest.org to learn why Arizona Wildcat fans deserve more.
Wildcat Weekly continues with our guest, senior safety Will Parks out of Philadelphia, sometimes known as Willie from Philly, who's had a great impact, of course, on the Wildcat program and now going into a new season, Will. I mean, everybody's excited, as you know, the fans and the players are. The fans are excited, but do you still get worked up the last few days before kickoff?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of nervous right now. I mean, just, coming around senior season and to go out there and do it with a great group of guys, it's outstanding. But I'm definitely kind of nervous, if anything. Not necessarily like a scared nervous, but I mean, just to go back out there. 365 days came around so fast, and know the crowd gonna be screaming, and things gonna go crazy. So I can't wait. But if anything, I'm nervous.
Okay. I don't blame you, by the way. I mentioned you're a safety, but it's kind of a hybrid position because you can play different places on the field. How much freedom do you have on defense?
Coach tends to give me a lot, but at the same time, I gotta definitely know where I'm supposed to be at a certain moment. Disguises, where I like to show teams that I'm not showing a certain coverage, and if I'm blitzing off the edge or if I'm back high safety playing deep half and things like that. So I mean, it's a lot of things. Just being able to know the whole defense, allows me to play the way I do, which is just going out there and having fun and doing what I'm supposed to do so that we can win. But I mean, it's a lot of things that come in. With playing like a hover type of safety, I mean, you got to be very focused on what you're supposed to do. Because if you get a down block from a lineman, you take the wrong drop, the play could be over for you. So it's a lot of things that come with it. But I mean, it's a great position to be in.
There's some new faces on defense this year, but yet most of them are guys that have been in the program. Yeah. They may be new as starters, but they've been. Has that made a big difference during practice as you lead up to the first game?
Yeah, I mean, the guys, I mean, one thing I can say about, the people who've been here for a while, but that didn't play that much, they were always focused, always watching the vet guys, last year, Tremaine Bonner, all those guys, take a lot of reps. So they were taking a lot of mental reps, which helped them this camp. And, I had nothing but smiles, from what I've seen. And, that's just going out there and being able to communicate and act like, because we've been together for a while. Some of them just haven't played, on the defensive side of the ball with us yet. But we definitely can't wait to see, what September 3rd holds for us.
If somebody asked you, well, I'll ask you, why will this defense be better than a year ago? I mean, if we just at the end of the season, if statistically you are better, why?
Because we this summer we put in a numerous amount of hours. As far as not just working when we're supposed to, but as far as extra work. I mean, it was certain points at a time where, we got kicked out of the weight room or, they told us to come off the field, just to save our legs and things like that. And those are things that, that we were looking forward to, not just working on what we were supposed to, but doing the necessary things that you have to do in order to be great players. And that's what we did, in this off season. It wasn't just the summer, we were doing it in the spring too. So like after practice, just stay around for extra 10 minutes. I mean, just all those things leading up to what we want to accomplish as a defense, and definitely back there in the secondary. So it's going to be good.
All right. Will Parks, senior safety for the Wildcats, getting set for Texas San Antonio, the Wildcats season opener, Thursday night, 7 o'clock kickoff at Arizona Stadium. Thanks for joining us. We're here every week with Wildcat Weekly.
Thanks for watching Wildcat Football Weekly, presented by Vantage West Credit Union. Visit VantageWest.org to learn how you can get more personalized service. Federally insured by NCUA.
Be there in Arizona Stadium to experience the thrill of the 2015 Arizona football season. Be there for the big hits, miracle catches, and game-winning field goals. Be there as your Wildcats make history and march towards a Pac-12 championship. Be there to create priceless memories with family, friends, and fellow fans.
The home opener is Thursday, September 3rd versus UTSA. Tickets start at $12 for adults and $7 for kids. Call 621-CATS or visit ArizonaWildcats.com/UTSA today.